Guys? This is another episode of Life in Recovery with yours truly, Recovery Red. Today, we're going to talk about taking care of your tools. No, ladies, we're not talking about the guy that had you pay for dinner or the guy that was hitting on the waitress and told you it was a family member he was talking to. We are talking about the tools that you gain in recovery through your sponsors, meetings, 12 steps, NAAA, peers, rehab, all the above. Now, something that made me even think to do this episode is when I get done using my tools, I clean them, and this is literal. The tools, I use tools for work. I clean them, I take care of them, I put them away, I keep things together. I don't want anything to go bad. I've spent money on these things. I use them. I want them to have longevity. And it made me think. We always talk about these tools that we use for recovery. Are we doing the necessary maintenance? Are we actually taking care of ourselves in the matter of taking care of our tools? Or are we just going about it like, oh yeah, that's another tool for my toolbox, and just throwing it in there and forget about it like it's a fanny pack that's in the back of the closet that you might be bringing out now because I guess they're in, right? But when I was a kid, fanny packs. Nonetheless, you got all these bags put up and you got all these different tools. Are we doing the maintenance? Are we actually using the tools? I know for myself, and I know there's transition, and that's why I'm doing this though. I have certain tools that come in the package of stuff that I don't even use. And that's just the way it goes sometimes. And, I'm in a pinch. I need something, and this has got what I need in the set. I get the set because I can't find it otherwise, and I need it right then and there. That happens. But nonetheless, do we do the maintenance that's required, and do we keep up with them? Tools are only useful if you take care of them. Tools, if you leave them sitting out, could get stolen, could have something happen to them, rusty, not work. And I say that to say daily maintenance. We used to be so bad about saying meetings aren't for me, and that, for some people, I think meetings, I've seen it. People want to stay clean, and they have changed the way that they think, and I'm so happy for them. More power to them. I did it for some years, and unfortunately ended up not working for me, and here I am. But like I always say, America loves a comeback. I'm just trying to help them look and see what it looks like. Those tools that we gain are so important and vital. We have all these cliches, right? The reason they're cliches is because they work. They're cliches because they're so close to what's actually going on when you are doing those actions that it's a cliche. Cliches work, and they're used over and over and over until it's just beating a dead horse. But in this case, you have to do that. Repetition is key. Doing things to keep up with the fact that you are an ex-addict or you're in recovery, whatever it is you choose to say about yourself, because I've heard it all. My newest favorite, and I truly mean this, is I'm a grateful recovering addict. I like that. I think it sounds good. I think it puts across a good point that you're not an addict anymore. You're grateful to be in recovery, and you're moving forward. So, these tools that we acquire, are we actually using them? I know I'm guilty of in the past, hearing something, knowing it's a great idea, and saying, oh, yeah, man. Now, I'll be honest. I've never said, I'm going to put that in my toolkit. It's not a statement I've said, but I get why people say it. But it is, however, it's I'd say, I like that. I'm going to use that. And so often, and this happened with me recently, these tools, one of my tools is going to meetings. And I started to fall back, and a lot of stuff started to go away. And that's because I wasn't keeping up with maintenance on my tools. And I think it's something that we all should take a look at to make sure that we're looking out for our best interest. We can get, I know at least I can get complacent, I can get cocky because I feel like I got this. I mean, that's the addiction talking to you. It's letting you know, oh yeah, man, you got this. Look at how good you're doing, bro. You're killing it. No, the addiction just wants back to what you had going on and just fuck shit up and walk away like a grandparent giving back a kid to their kid. And I see it so often. And a lot of people in their mind, in a controlled environment, and I'm in one right now, be honest, not as controlled as your normal, you would think with a rehab, but it is controlled nonetheless. And people don't realize the second they leave there, they're up to their own devices. They don't have the controlled environment. They don't have that stigma. Oh, I'm going to get dropped this week. Oh, if I don't do the program correctly, or if I don't do this correctly, I can't stay in the apartment. I'm going to be released. And we have to make sure we prepare ourselves for life situations, because, life on life terms is coming around that corner. The curl of the world, if you will, is always sitting there waiting, almost like the abyss. And you know about the abyss, be careful. If you stare into the abyss too long, it'll stare back. So, figure out what your tools are. Like I said, for me, going to meetings are tools. Talking to my therapist, definitely a good tool. I had a sponsor. I don't have one right now. Unfortunate circumstances changed the fact. And being prepared for that even. You're so used to talking to somebody every day. And for me, it's like wearing a watch. I get in the routine of things, and then when I don't have it, I'm naked. And, I write in a journal every morning. I write in a gratitude journal, prayer journal in the morning, gratitude journal at night. And, man, what a difference it makes on my day. I love it. And if I forget to write in my prayer journal, which has happened, because I get really busy, I'm in a class and things are going on, and it just kind of, the window that I normally pull it out and start writing in it passes, and I just accidentally forget. I notice when I get up out of that next class, like, oh, you know what? I didn't write in my prayer journal, because I'm naked from that quote unquote watch that I was wearing. And we have to prepare ourselves for what's to come. And every day is what's to come. So you have to focus on doing the next right thing. And in order to do the next right thing, you have to do maintenance on the tools you learn and apply them to your daily life on a daily basis. This is important, guys. This is so important. And I share these things because I want everybody to do great. I want everybody to, man, listen, started from the bottom, now we're here. And if you're not here, we're waiting for you. And when you get here, we're going to be clapping you on the entire way that you walk until you get here. And then when you get here, let's celebrate little victories as we go. And for me, that's another tool, celebrating my victories. I know a lot of people that don't celebrate their victories, and personally, I think that hurts you. Celebrate it. Know what you're doing is something life-changing, and it shows that you have, man, you got that recovery mojo, baby. You got that recovery mojo. I can't speak for everybody. And sure, there's always going to be times where you're not doing the best and you're a little down on yourself. But for the most part, overall, I'm having a great time. And it's because I care about what I got going on. I'm focused. I'm doing the right thing. But it takes that daily maintenance of that tool belt that I click on. And my tool belt for a day consists of my prayer journal, my gratitude journal. I got a few things that I like to do throughout the day. I always like to give at least one person a compliment. Usually ends up being more. I always like to do a good deed, whether it's just giving somebody a ride up to the corner store to get something to drink, just something selfless. And you might say, oh, well, it's not selfless if you're doing it to check off an item on your list. Well, let's not split hairs. The thing I'm doing is for somebody else, and that's the point of the list item. So let's not do that. Are you comfortable with the tools that you have? Are you still looking for more tools? Do you have too many tools that you're overwhelming yourself with the things that you're trying to do in your daily life to move forward? Or do you need that? Do you need to pack your day with so many tools that you have no other way to get through the day except for in recovery? You got to figure out what works best for you, work your program. And I can already tell this episode is not going to be as long as normal ones, but that's okay. I just wanted to get into it, and no, I'm not done yet. I'm just looking at time, and I kind of got a feel for these things. And I'm going to be honest, I got heartburn like a son of a bitch. Woo! Oh, this is the big one. I'm coming home to you. Figure out what works for you. Work your program on a daily basis. Make that your tool bag. Your tool bag can also have, knowing what your triggers are and knowing that you are going to have things that come up. Everything's not always going to be, I've said it before, cupcakes and rainbows. Not always going to be that way. You got to be prepared, and the only way to be prepared is to get them tools together. Take care of them bad boys. Oh, lemon and strawberry time. Ain't that $7.50? I'm gonna start going to Dwight's place because you don't laugh at my jokes or nothing. Dwight who? Dwight around your lip. All right, so back to it. Now that I got a couple of Tums and I can make it. Do you have a sponsor? Do you go to meetings? What is your path line? Do you talk to your higher power? Do you pray to your higher power? Are you in the word of your higher power? If your higher power has word, my higher power does. I'm on an app called Nextdoor. I don't mind saying that. Maybe they'll give me a few bucks. I'm kidding. I posted yesterday. I'm at that point where I want to learn more about my higher power. Now, I do feel like I have a good foundational relationship that is strong with my Lord and Savior. Man upstairs, he's pretty freaking cool, man. I mean, he gave his only son for me. Like I had somebody once tell me, think about all the time you put into when you first start dating somebody, to see if it's working out, the honeymoon phase, if you will. that's the relationship God is looking for with you. So one of my tools, I should probably reword that because Lord's not a tool. But one of my daily life tools is my relationship with the Lord. I posted that I'm looking for my community. I'm going to be looking for my church. God, got so many. I got like 78 comments. Ridiculous. I got some kind of award for being a trendsetter. I think it's just because I got so many comments, obviously. But I am looking for my church, looking for my community, and I specifically want to get a study Bible. The outpour was absolutely amazing. I've been able to meet a couple of amazing people in person. Have been able to speak with a couple of amazing people. I have it was a long list, but I've got ultimately a short list of churches I want to go try. This Sunday is my birthday. I'm going to go to one this Sunday. Somebody brought me a devotional Bible, and this gentleman and his wife asked, they told me where they sit and the style of this church, which kind of sounds like my style, and they asked if I would sit with them. Listen, I don't know, but if that's where the Lord sends me, that's where the Lord sends me, man. Sit with them, I'm okay with. The guy was really nice. I can only imagine his wife is just as amazing as talking with this man. But that's one of my tools, is growing my relationship with the Lord, getting that stronger and stronger piece of recovery every day. And the only way we're going to do that is if we do maintenance. And my maintenance was finding a church now, progressing, getting bigger tools, if you will, as you go. Some of my tools that I use for work, some of them might have been a Harbor Freight tool that didn't, really cut it, but for like a job or two. But after a job or two, made a few bucks, was able to upgrade, let me upgrade you. I think that it's very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Isn't that something? Very pivotal in your recovery if you do that daily maintenance on your tools, because you can figure out if this is still working for you, if there's changes you need to make, if there's anything that you need to discuss that has happened in the last 24 hours that could be detrimental or could be, accidentally throwing some tools away. Like that $20 bill that you accidentally, damn it, I think I threw it away. I just wanted to share, obviously. A lot of people, they get so stuck on, it's such a cliche to do this and do that, or some people do 90 days and 90 meetings in 90 days. I'm not one of those people, but pretty close. Now, not my first 90, but pretty close to getting 90 meetings in a 90-day period. But not exactly 90, so inch or a mile, For me, I think that, like I said, reading the Bible, journaling, another tool in my tool belt, if you will, is daily maintenance on my character. I fall short. I'm not perfect. Far from it. And I know exactly where I came from. Just a lying, cheating, low-down, dirty, rotten redhead. I was just poor character. And I probably still have poor character to some people. And I understand why they would think that. Always be mindful. Sometimes I need to slow my roll. I've done it in the past where I got cocky, complacent, and thought I had it, and I didn't. I just didn't. I didn't even have a tool belt. Like I got like one of those nylon waistbands and didn't put any pouches on it. I'm just like, hey, I got this nice little belt. It's holding my pants up, but that's about it. Yeah. So your tool belt. Keep up with the maintenance. Keep yourself on your toes to where it's not detrimental to yourself. Always be open to new ideas, new suggestions. Always be vocal. And know if something, we know if something's going to work for us, if we feel like it's going to work for us. We know if we don't think it's going to work for us. If you're not invested and open and to try it, I can tell you right now, it's not going to work for you. But even if you think it's not going to work for you and you are open to try it, it might work for you. Try that, because I've had a couple instances where I did, back in the day, I thought meetings, nothing, it's not for me. I was kidding myself. Now I love going to meetings. I was going to go to one tonight. It didn't work out. And I'm weekends are right around the corner. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm going to the meeting tomorrow night. My local, what I consider my home group. I'm going to branch out to try different kinds of meetings because I'm open to trying different meetings. There's Smart Recovery, Celebrate Recovery, AA, NA, and I'm coming up on 11 months next week. Ooh, let's go ahead and put something for that. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Everybody in my bathroom clapping and making an echo noise. I want such good things for everybody. I promise. I don't even have grudges. I don't wish harm on my worst enemy. I just don't. I don't have the capacity to do that because it's just going to take up time. One of my tools is remembering that anything that's going to hold me back is like a cinder block. And if that rope and then that cinder block has a rope around it, and the other side of that rope is connected to my ankle. If I jump in the water, it does not matter if I cut that rope, because at a certain point, if I'm so deep and cut that rope, I'm not going to make it to the top. I'm not going to get my breath back. I'm dying. So to me, it's not worth even freaking starting it to entertain things in some cases. Gotta let that shit go, man. You gotta let that shit roll off your shoulder. LIG, baby. Listen, I hope you got something out of this. I know it's a short episode. I'm trying new things. I'm gonna continue. I got some people that are showing interest and wanting to be on the podcast. So excited for it. Been looking at a second mic, working on that. And these are people that have experiences. They want to share that, and I'm so thankful for that, because I think that sharing our experiences or talking about a title that we have passionate about, that passion shows. It shines through, it shares, and it could help even just one person. If you're out there in recovery, know we are here waiting for you, open-armed, and we want to help. If you're in recovery, continue to celebrate those victories. Know what you're doing is not easy all the way through. You got this. You got this. And I'm just so grateful. Everyone that listens, thank you so much. I love you all. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to my rambling on and on. Let's all show America what they want to see. A comeback. America loves a comeback. Let's do it, baby. Let's go. As always, this is Recovery Red, wishing you great health, great recovery. And as always, stay clean, America.